Hey guys, Patton here. So yeah, more stupid drama with the PlayStation Classic scene. I was actually questioning whether I should do another video like this because I got a whole bunch of negative comments from the first one I did regarding Bleemsync and its release and how I wouldn't be covering it and things like that. Well, this one's a little bit different. And to be honest, the only reason I'm making it is because I have a lot of free time. It's been spring break and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't been putting any videos out this week. I've been spending a lot of time with my family. My kids are on spring break, so we've been hanging out and doing a lot of things like that, and I haven't been focusing on the channel so I can spend time with them. So the tone of this video isn't going to be anywhere like the first one. The first one I was actually upset about what was going on. This one it's like, what? I don't understand what's going on and how the scene and the community can be this aggressive towards each other, and it's been like that way for a while, and my issue is with one person. We all knew who that person was. You know, I didn't say their name in the last video. A lot of people picked it up. It's Swingflip, head of the ModMyClassic team and moderator on the PlayStation Classic subreddit. So before we get started, a lot of people are going to be like, Patton, why are you creating drama? Well, I'm not. The drama's there and has nothing to do with me. I'm just informing people about the goings on of the community and how stupid. There is no better word to describe it than stupid. It is stupidity. People are trying to flex and want to be the top of this. Really, in the big sense of things, it's a small community. Rather than trying to work together with everybody, they're trying to push people away. And this, of course, is related to Bleemsync, but not the team as a whole. It's just him. And he can deny it all he wants, but let me give you some background on stuff. I've been involved with the ModMyClassic guys for about a year now, I think, back when they were Hackg Resources. I've been one of the people behind closed doors knowing just about everything that's going on. I was like, my role in the whole thing was if they had a release, I'd make a video on it. That was kind of the whole thing. And actually, I was invited into the group because there was an issue with the core about, I don't remember what it was, like the boot splash or something like that, whatever. I talked to one of the guys, they invited me on the team, and that was the agreement. They come up with something, I'd release a video. It was cool. The people there were cool, and I got the sense that they really just wanted to make things to help the community. And again, I have no problems with anybody else on the team. But I do have that huge problem with that one person. And I'm not the only one. The other people on the team don't seem to want to speak out, or they've done it in little bursts here and there. But I am not the only person who has felt this way. But anyway, the bull crap and everything has just toppled over so much that I have left the ModMyClassic server. Again, this is actually the third time, and I've left the server all 3 times for that same specific person. I don't remember why I left the server the first time. I know he did something to irritate me, but the second time definitely was because he ended up being really rude to another member of the team, and this person has done nothing but help the team and be a great part of the community with troubleshooting and everything and testing like that, and I thought it was incredibly inappropriate. But anyway, I didn't want you guys to think that I was just like going after this person because it's like a one and done thing. No, I've been working with them for a year, and they have been this way for a very long time. There's nothing wrong with competition, but when you're at the point where you're trying to get rid of the other guys instead of trying to work with them, I do have a problem with that, and that is what has been going on with this scene. Anyway, the most recent thing was Genderbent, the guy who created Retroboot. He made a version that was compatible with Auto Bleem, which is something that I personally have wanted for a long time. I think the joint effort between the two would be really awesome. Well, Genderbent got his cores from KMDF Manic. Now, if that name sounds familiar, KM is a big name in the NES and SNES classic scene for his core sets. Some people on the ModMyClassic team have issues with him that I think go beyond a professional sense, and I am ashamed because I partook in that months ago, and I'm 100% embarrassed that I even kind of took that route. And if KM is watching this, I am legitimately sorry if I did anything to hurt your feelings. I know it wasn't something that I did in public on Reddit or anything. Me and him had a little scuffle in a private message on Discord. But I don't have any ill will towards him. I may not agree with how he does certain things, but that doesn't give me any right to bash him or anything like that. So if I ever did come off like that, any of my previous videos or any of my posts or anything, I'm apologizing right now, if I seemed like I was coming at him in any way. Anyway, so Genderbent and KM got together. They teamed up to make this version of Retroboot that was going to work with Auto Bleem. I guess there was some confusion about the source code of the cores, and apparently this has been a thing between the ModMyClassic guys and KM for a long time now. How he doesn't release the source or something, I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. There's a theme to this video, and that theme is, who cares? Now, I'm not a dev, I'm just a user like everybody else. I don't understand the dev world or how GPL works or how source code is supposed to be given. I know if you distribute something, you're legally bound to also provide the source code. That's as far as I know on it. That's as far as many of us know on it. I didn't know what GPL meant before I got involved with all this stuff. So anyway, Genderbent went to KM, said, hey, I need the source code to provide, and it wasn't available. And this was at a request by somebody from the ModMyClassic team saying, hey, we want to see your source code. Well, he couldn't do it, so his next step was to pull his program. And it's just the newest one. He still has his old one available, and you guys should download it because it's actually a very good program. I do recommend it. But because he can't provide that source code from the cores he's using with Retroboot, his best option was to pull it until he can either get the source code or he gets his cores from another source. So while this was going on, people are starting to bash KM again, saying he doesn't want to release his source code. And again, I don't know anything about this, nor do I care? And these devs don't owe anything to anybody. They're doing this for free. Regular people like you and me just want to be able to use this stuff on their systems without all this bull crap, red tape in between. And I believe that if it hadn't been because it was Genderbent and because it wasn't KM involved, nobody would have cared about the source code. It was because those two names were involved that they wanted to do a pull request for the source code, and then it became this big thing. So Genderbent pulls his download link for Retroboot, and people are confused. So somebody makes a topic on Reddit. Hey, what happened to Retroboot? And some people are responding, quoting things from the other original topic saying, there was GPL issues, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a post by one of the PlayStation Classic moderators. The first sentence was, no, we didn't delete the post. He deleted it of his own accord because of what was going on with the source code and stuff. But then that was followed by 10 or 11, 12 sentences of literal bashing of Genderbent and Retroboot. It was all about how, somebody put in an email and how he was banned from the ModMyClassic server and how you need to go to Bleemsync and all this stuff. Had nothing to do with what the guy was asking. He just wanted to know what happened to the topic. And in the first sentence, that was answered. So all that other stuff was really unnecessary. So all I did was I called him on. I was like, hey, as a mod of this forum, you think maybe you're bringing your personal opinions into this? Which was met by a lot of responses from people on the ModMyClassic team. And all my comment was saying that I didn't think it was appropriate for a mod of a subreddit to put their personal feelings into something like this. And not only was the response there, but it was sticky. So it was going to be at the top of the list. And then the post right below it is the one from Genderbent explaining everything. So in my mind, I would think that the response from Genderbent would have been more appropriate to be on top, but now it can't because of this sticky comment by the moderator. So basically, I was just saying that he was abusing his mod powers. I didn't outright say that, not in that post at least. When I was going down, I was saying that he has an agenda. His agenda is to push people, the other competition, away so that more people will get to Bleemsync and use it. And then the name calling started. People were calling me a drama queen and why am I doing this and stuff like that. So if you think I'm a drama queen, okay, I'm just a regular guy. By the way, I'm nobody. I'm nobody in the scene. I'm nobody, in the grand scheme of things. I'm just a guy. I have a camera. I got a microphone. I got some lights too, but whatever. But that's all I am. I'm nobody important. I'm just a guy. And I'm speaking my mind. And then, of course, a short time later, the topic is locked by a moderator. I don't feel I'm the one that is bringing the drama. Again, I'm just making videos. I had some spare time today because I haven't made anything all week. Wanted to make a video. Saw this crap was going on. It's irritating. I'm making a video on it. Oh, but Patton, you're some kind of big name in the scene and all this. No, I am not. I'm nobody. If people watch my channel, that's great. I love that you guys watch my channel. These numbers, somebody actually said, some channel with 10,000 subscribers shouldn't act this way. These numbers don't mean anything to me. The numbers themselves, the people. The reason I make these videos, That's what matters. The people who comment, the people who like and interact with me, and they vote on my polls, they join the Facebook group and all this stuff. Those are the real supporters of the channels, not this number. I don't care about this number. If it goes up, it goes up. If I lose a bunch of people, then I lose a bunch of people. That's life. That is how YouTube works. I do this so that people will enjoy their systems. That's it. I just want people to enjoy their systems. Every once in a while, I'll make a video like this because I'm just expressing myself. Because I'm allowed to. Because I'm just a human being. So I'm sure I'll get some negative feedback about this video, but I've done other videos on this channel that didn't really match what I do with tutorials and stuff. I do the chip challenges and nobody really seems to like those. I do the Let's Plays and those get even less views, but it's something I like doing. I enjoy making those videos. I wouldn't necessarily say I enjoy making these type of videos. I mean, I must find some kind of gratification with it, but this is more like I feel like I just want to tell somebody, because the response I got from that one comment kind of really surprised me about the people that were commenting. And that's really unfortunate. That's the only unfortunate thing in this whole thing, is that those people that I used to talk with, daily, every day I used to talk with these guys. Now they're on the offensive and they're coming at me no matter what I post. Because actually another topic was created after the initial one asking about Retroboot. It was more about, saying it's unfortunate and, and nobody really understands the whole GPL thing. They just want mods on their system. So somebody said, what was the issue? Was it technical? And I said, no, it wasn't technical. It was just a licensing thing. And they said, oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't technical. And I came back and said, yeah, I'm not 100% sure on how it works. It's mostly just people trying to be the big dog, I think is exactly what I said. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Which that moderator commented on again, trying to say that there was no drama, and then he proceeded to sticky that comment as well. And then I got responses there too. Had nothing to do with the original post. It was just me posting my feelings on the scene and how I can guarantee that if it weren't those two people involved, GenderBent and KM, this wouldn't have been a big deal. Again, I'm not a developer. I don't know what this means to developers. Apparently it's a big deal. From a user looking at it on the outside, it's just like all I'm seeing is bickering. It just comes off as bickering. It doesn't come off as flattering whatsoever for anybody. It's just these guys trying to create stuff for people and then other people are poking at them. Why would you use this when there's Bleemsync? Where's your source code? If it's that big of a deal, why don't you work together? Provide them with your own stuff. That's not right. That's not right on any level, a developer level or as a human being. That's just not right. Especially if they're not doing anything wrong and they're just trying to make something to better the community and make people happy. And you're going to come after them for that. And the fact that it has to be on Reddit instead of like through personal messages. Hey man, we were looking for the source code. No, it's got to be in public on Reddit for everybody to see. People just want to enjoy their stuff without all this backdoor bashing, because that's all it is. It's literally, if you have seen the things that I've seen behind closed doors on the ModMyClassic server, you would 100% understand why I left there. So, like the title says, I won't be going back to the ModMyClassic Discord. If you hadn't noticed, I actually still tell people to go there for support and things like that. In my videos, I still link to the ModMyClassic Discord. I actually have a link to the Discord in my Discord, telling people that if they have any problems, to go there. So it's not a personal issue. I have no problems with the team as a whole or what that Discord is about, but I'm not going to be involved with all that stuff anymore. The scene could be so much better, and I haven't been involved with a lot of this stuff in the past, at least not to the extent where I am now. But I don't remember this, in the PS3 scene. I was involved a little bit with doing stuff like this, not through video though, more like text guides. I don't remember any of this going on back then, but that could have been me. It could have been in a different environment or something like that, but I remember everybody wanting to help everybody else out. And the only solution I could come to as to why this scene is as messed up as it is because of that person I mentioned before. They just have to make things difficult for everybody. So, no more ModMyClassic for me, and because he's involved with the Bleemsync development, I don't feel like I want to support it anymore. Even if they come out with a great version, I've lost interest in the project. I can't back a project when I know one of the people involved with it are doing these kind of things and abusing their position in the community. Well, that's just me. If you're already a fan of Bleemsync, continue using it. I won't be covering anything. AutoBleem is a really good alternative. Retroboot is a good alternative. I think they both have really great things going on. But yes, that will explain why I've left the ModMyClassic server. I won't be going back again. I think the responses to the latest posts that have been made kind of makes it clear that I'm no longer welcome there anyway. So I know this wasn't what I usually put out. I apologize if you're turned off by this, but I had some spare time. Wanted to share my views with everybody. So anyway, to those who have made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for listening to me whine, I guess. If any of you see anything that you think is wrong, I urge you guys to speak up. Don't just sit back and let this kind of thing happen, because I won't. And anytime I see it in the future, I'm going to speak up. Maybe I'll make more videos on it if it really starts to get bad like it is now. If it continues this way, I mean, geez. What kind of community do we have? So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.